Hi everyone, and thank you so much for your film presentations for Articulation 2021. I am Nat Walton. I've had various different positions within the visual arts, particularly in gallery education and community engagement. I'm currently the National Coordinator for the British Art Show, which is a snapshot of contemporary art practice that travels around the country for 2 years. And I work with many people, from curators to artists to galleries to communities, and see a lot of engagement work. I've been working in gallery education for 20 years, and the more recent and more recognisable would be Head of Education for the Hepworth Wakefield. So I've seen and talked to a lot of people about art and talked to a lot of researchers and artists and curators. And can I say that your submissions for 2021 were absolutely fantastic and really, really well thought through. We've gone through all of the shortlist and the standard has been incredible this year. I was particularly interested in the political positioning that some of you have taken and a really strong personal, emotional response to the artworks. You've really done your research and you've really thought about what these artworks mean to you, which has really given us that passion which we need in terms of people who are articulate about artworks and their relationship to people and place. I think the standard of presentation this year, because of having to do things through film, has been really interesting for me to look at. And those who have created something of an artwork in themselves has been really interesting. I've also been really interested in the artists that I've not come across before and your interpretation of their artworks. So thank you very much for giving me more food for thought. The two people that we've taken forward to be our award winners for Articulation 2021 we've done so because their presentations were incredibly imaginative, visually impactful. They had the right amount of research and also personal response to the artwork. We've selected Aria due to the great use of visuals, which really told a story, the personal response that was created through images of not only the artworks but also herself in position of the painting, and the way that she connected art, life and politics throughout not just the presentation but also the visual representation of how she did that. Delphi, we selected your work again because the research was really fantastic and you could see that level of research and your source materials throughout. We could see a real interest in the artwork and the artist and the life of the artist that you were portraying. We really were interested in the fact that you had almost lived the artwork, and it's very much a part of your practice as an artist, not just a historian. So it's really great to see that artistic nature coming out in a presentation for Articulation. So I thank you both for that. It's a really fantastic opportunity for young people to talk about art, be passionate about art, and get an infection for people outside of this field to really understand why we're all so passionate. So thank you very much. I think you've done an amazing job. On that note, we couldn't help but award a third highly commended award in 2021 to a presentation that really stood out in terms of a personal response and what art really does in terms of make us look more closely at the painting, but also look at the world around us. And that was Sam. We really did love your presentation. It was really heartfelt and we thought it needed some credit for that. So again, thank you for a wonderful presentation. I see a lot of people presenting on art, and it's absolutely overwhelming to see how many young people Articulation has been able to bring forward in terms of your articulation, your passion, your views, and your ability to really think about the artwork and think about your audience, who's going to be watching your videos, your presentations. And so again, every year, I think Articulation brings out the absolute best in future art historians. So thank you for your time. Wonderful presentations from absolutely everybody. You should all be incredibly proud.